Podcast. It's about cars, it's not about forts.
What is up, Los Angeles? Hey! How you guys doing?
Check.
Microphone. Oh, there we go.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Heck yeah.
It's only 4 p.m. How's everybody doing? Hell yeah. We're so happy you made it out. This is the first time we've ever done this. This is like an experiment for us. If it goes well, we might even tour. We might do this more often. So thank you again for showing up.
Yeah, thank you. It's so cool to see you guys veiled in darkness. This is great.
Yeah. Beautiful faces veiled in darkness. Right now we're going to do a little segment we've never done before.
Yes.
Great
thing to try live.
I know, yeah. It's kind of in the style of Big Three, but we're going to be reading some news, monologue, late night style monologue jokes. But we threw a little twist in where I wrote jokes that Nolan is going to read. He wrote jokes that I'm going to read, and neither of us has seen the jokes till now.
This is true.
So
I'm very
we are
scared.
Gonna switch our cards right now.
Here are mine.
There we go.
All right. Okay.
We'll see how it goes.
All right. So thanks to everybody who came out tonight. We know you guys have a lot of options for this weekend. There's a Corvette show and chili cook-off going on, which is great because most Corvette owners are already wearing adult diapers. Nice.
That's a real thing, by the way. That's happening in El Segundo now.
Yeah, not normal diapers, though. They're one of 50.
Yeah.
They're also debuting a new C8 color, blowout brown. And we're not being ageist. It's not because Corvette owners are old. It's because they're full of shit. Hey.
Yeah. Cool.
Nice. Cool. Got a target on my back now. That's great.
Yeah.
Did anybody drive a Corvette here? No.
Who drove that Celica outside? That's sick. Dude, sick
Right there.
car. You win sick car award tonight.
Yes.
Zach Job couldn't be here tonight because he's on his way to Indianapolis for the Indy 500, which is pretty cool. But if I wanted to watch a bunch of rich pricks drive in circles for 2 hours, I go to the Westfield Century City parking garage.
Local joke.
Got him.
Local.
Nice.
It's true. He's going to do the double with Kyle Larson. He's going to
that's
Indy.
happening right now. He was going to be in the show, but him and Max Maddox, if you've known Max from the channel.
They're flying across the country right now.
Doing the double today with Kyle Larson,
tomorrow.
Which is crazy. What?
Race is tomorrow, dude.
Oh, yeah. Race on Sunday.
That's right.
On Monday.
That's right. Okay, so let's keep it going here. All right, who here drove a Subaru today?
No? Not one Subaru driver? Oh, man.
Well, one. Okay, just a reminder, there's no vaping in the theater. Also, please remove your flat brim hat. You are obstructing the view of the Miata owners behind you. Miata owners, Miata people, just FYI, we have booster seats in the lobby for you guys.
Got him. Last weekend, Kid Rock performed his hit Cowboy from the back of a Cybertruck made to look like the Dukes of Hazzard General Lee. Elon Musk said of the event, "This is more embarrassing than the time I made the Cybertruck." Hell yeah.
That's a real thing. Mad Max Furiosa came out yesterday. It's set in a post-apocalyptic hellscape full of tattooed weirdos where modified cars are vital to survival and gas is precious and heavily taxed, aka California. Hey. Dude, I actually wrote one very much like that.
Okay. I thought you were gonna write an Elon one because they made it seem Christina was like, "Oh, you guys wrote really similar ones."
It was a Mad Max one. Yeah.
Okay,
anyway.
Sick. Let's keep going. President Biden released 1 million barrels of oil from the Northeast Gasoline Supply Reserve in a bid to keep gas prices low this summer. We haven't seen a presidential release this big since Clinton. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. It still has traction.
Topical. That's what we like to do. Timely, topical jokes. Yeah.
Did you hear this thing about Reagan? What Reagan's doing right now?
Elon Musk is in the news again. He said, "We dug our own grave with the Cybertruck." You know what else dug their own graves? All those emerald miners that made your daddy so rich.
Say the last part.
There's you bitch.
Yeah.
There's tags for this one.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the 1%, Elon, but you're also 90% torso. It looks like a child drew you. You Cybertruck shaped bitch.
He's got a huge torso, that guy.
It's good. Good one.
All right, guys. GM hinted that the recently killed Camaro could soon return as an electric muscle car, making it the first ever carbon neutral midlife crisis. Apple recently canceled their own electric car after learning they had to include a charger with it. That's good. Wow.
All right.
We're punching up tonight.
Yes, that's right. We really are.
Yeah. Except that Subi jokes. That one guy was the
sorry about
only target.
Nissan came out with a perfume that smells like tires because they couldn't bottle what an actual Nissan smells like. Hot Cheetos and Axe body spray.
In Miami, Lando Norris won his first race at 24. I also bagged my first win at 24. I saw a boob. And then I cupped one at 27. You know, if you think about it, Nolan is the Lance Stroll of Donut. He's best friends with his dad and sucks at driving.
No one is buying new cars anymore because they've gotten so expensive. The average age of a car on the road today is 12 and a half years, which means it's time for Drake to slide into their DMs. Drake is running Carfaxes as we speak. We have the 25-year-old import law, but Leonardo DiCaprio has a 25-year-old export law. They're out as soon as they're 25. Dude. All right, so that was that. That was the news, everybody.
Yeah. That was super fun.
That was really fun.
Woo. You guys ready to get into some storytelling? Yeah.
All right, let's bring out our special guests for this episode for our stories today. Justin Freeman and Jeremiah Burton. Thank you to Duer for sponsoring our podcast. It's such a good feeling to find a pair of jeans that fit perfectly. If you haven't ordered your Duers yet, now is the time. See for yourself why Duer is the world's most wanted denim. I know you're going to love these jeans. Visit Duer's flagship stores in LA or Denver, or shop online at shopduer.com/passgas. Right now, our listeners get 20% off their first order when you use our exclusive URL. That's shopduer.com/passgas. Don't wait, get 20% off your first order now at shopduer.com/passgas. Thanks, Duer.
Big thanks to Indeed for sponsoring this episode of Pass Gas. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/passgas. Just go to Indeed.com/passgas right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/passgas. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
We have a new shirt design that's available only tonight. It's the anatomy of the car. And just because we singled that Subi guy out, I'm going to give him this one.
What a sweetheart. Nice.
Pass it back to him. Where is he?
Pass it back. Yeah.
It's too very dark.
We can't see anything.
All right, we're going to do things a little differently than we normally do on Pass Gas. Instead of one long story, we've got a couple shorter stories that we've been trying to figure out how to fit into the show, but couldn't really, so we figured this is the perfect night to do it.
Yeah.
Let's start things.
Oh, I'm just saying these came from suggestions from you guys emailing in. A lot of times they don't have enough like story behind it to do a full episode. It might end up being like a minute-long story. So these are those little crazy things that you guys send in. So keep doing that.
So if they're bad, it's their fault.
Yes. That was the legal liability statement that
You guys wanted this.
Yeah. How are you guys doing?
I'm great. I saw there's a guy out here who drank some milk of magnesia. I saw
That was crazy. That was
pretty cool.
Did he actually drink it?
He started to.
Oh, dude, there's a bathroom right outside that door if you need it.
There's a guy who got a T-shirt and a bottle of, and then another guy who got a bottle of milk of magnesia. Which one's better? I don't know.
Depends on what you need, right?
Yeah.
I've been driving the new Camry.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Believe it or not,
Tell us more, Justin.
Believe it or not, it's pretty sick.
I believe it.
And finally got a weekend free to work on my project cars. So, yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Plural. You have a few going on right now, right?
Well, my truck became a project, and then I had one already sitting around, and then I bought another one. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And tell them about your new rap.
Oh, yeah. I got my truck wrapped. Inspired. Not that wrapped.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Changed color from red to green, but it's Forest Service.
Just to be clear, you didn't put a bunch of rappers in it?
No, I didn't. No.
That's super weird.
Rappers, I don't think they like off-roading that much.
There's a video. Try that out.
There you go.
Yeah. We took rappers off-road.
They tried to finish a whole album like that.
Just in the tray. It's inspired from Forest Service vehicles. They never used a Toyota, so I decided to make my own.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for the idea, Jimmy. Yeah.
Yeah, clap it up for Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Man.
One more time, please.
Jimmy put on a helmet for no reason. No reason, just so I have a photo of Jimmy with a bicycle helmet on. Yeah, you do.
What's new with you, Jer?
Not much. My mom is in town for the first time. She has never been here in LA.
What?
Yeah, I've been here 12 years, and she's like a Southern woman who just don't want nothing to do with this place.
Traffic.
Yeah. I don't want nothing to do with out here. So, and she hated my ex-girlfriend, and me and my ex-girlfriend broke up. So she was like, "I'm coming now."
Yeah.
So
I was
it's
in a
been
couple
fun.
stand-up groups with you and your ex, and there's a lot of Jerry hates me jokes.
Yep.
Jerry's mom hates me.
Yeah. She's also a comedian, so it was a fun relationship.
Yeah, super fun.
We had lots of hilarious conversations, I would say. But it's okay. I'm happy. I'm doing good.
No, Jerry's doing great. It got really quiet there for a second.
Yeah, I can feel the sadness. I can feel like, oh, that Uncle Jerry thing was real. He's depressed.
No. He's doing great right now.
I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we jump into it?
Let's jump into it. Our first story tonight. It's Jungle Jim and Jungle Pam. You can see them right there. Just confirming that they're both the same. Okay, yes. Okay, so our first story is about maybe the most famous couple in drag racing history.
Pam looks like she throws Jim around.
It's a perspective thing. It's not. She's closer to the camera.
No way, dude. Dude, I agree with you. She's standing in front for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
It's that green line test. But
Jungle Jim was born Russell James Lieberman.
He's in the back seat? Oh, hold on. No, I'm sorry. Okay, I thought he was in the back seat. I'm sorry.
I think that's just where the steering wheel is.
Yeah, I get it. I know. I just thought, what an idiot. He's in the back.
Pose for this photo real quick. Let me get in the back.
He was born on September 12th, 1945 in Abington Township, Pennsylvania. Any Pennsylvania heads in the house tonight? Whoa. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Abington? No. Okay, never mind.
You got out. Congratulations.
This guy. Jim was a bit of a wild child, and after dropping out in high school, he began drag racing at local drag strips. Jim was soon the guy to beat, And by the time he met Pamela Hardy, he had become something of a hometown hero. The story goes that the two first met. Yeah, wait.
What a picture.
Of all the pictures to pull. That's a normal sized car, guys.
Yes. That's not a scale car. It's normal.
So the story goes that the two first met when the then 27-year-old Jim spotted the 18-year-old Pam walking to the mall while cruising around Westchester, Pennsylvania in his yellow 1972 Corvette.
There we go.
All right, pretty cool.
All right, cars. Finally.
He stopped on the side of the road, called her over to his car, and invited her to party.
You guys picked this.
Where's the story going?
Someone in this audience wanted this
The
story.
blood is on your hands.
I don't think she had graduated high school at this point. Also,
man.
does this pass? This doesn't really pass the half your age plus 7 rule, does it?
That's a rule? That's a thing? Half your age plus 7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. All right.
the rule.
I didn't know. I'm sorry. I just got broken up with. Okay. She was my age. Okay.
All right. So Pam accepts the offer to get into Jungle Jim's car. Jim spends the night bragging to Pam about his drag racing exploits in funny cars. Not funny haha cars, Jerry. Funny cars. Funny looking dragsters. That's
I needed that. Thank you.
Yes.
good.
They're not like clown cars.
No.
Yeah. I think I got it now.
Yeah.
So
The
she came,
opposite of clown cars.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. There's cars that tell jokes. I got it.
Yes. They're so funny.
Jerry.
So she came out to his next event and was fascinated by what she saw. And shortly after, she dropped out of college and joined Jim's racing team. Together, the two traveled the country. Jim quickly earned the respect of fans and other drivers for his impressive skills behind the wheel. Pam, on the other hand, adapted to life on the funny car circuit like a pro. She started by helping position Jim's car on the starting line and eventually moved her way up to packing the car's parachute and doing final inspections.
Well, that's the hard job.
That's actually crazy because
That's a trust.
it's a big time trust
Yeah.
thing.
Oh,
Yes. That's awesome.
Oops, I forgot to pack it right. After they got in a fight the night before? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she's like, "No, silly me, I did tag her." Right? And then she's already in his head.
I hope the story turns out good.
They had a sort of celebrity couple status and became better known as a pair rather than individuals. Both were known for their showmanship. Jim would do incredible burnouts and then drive in reverse at nearly 100 miles an hour to get back to the starting line. That doesn't sound right.
Whoa.
Crazy.
That's insane.
Sounds like those RC cars we just played with.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'd be so squirrely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that-
also, aren't there like limiters that?
well, gearing typically
Oh,
would be
yeah,
the
yeah.
limit there.
Yeah, it's a lie.
So
Also, another lie is those shoes on the racetrack. That's
shoes.
Her feet would be stuck to the tarmac at that point. There's
Maybe
no
this
way.
is the
you
60s
think that's
again.
doctored?
Or 70s.
I think she did that.
So Pam became known as a funny car sex symbol. She would wear revealing outfits like net tops with a bra and Daisy Duke.
Doozy dicks?
Whoa.
Doozy dicks, Nolan?
I'll see if
I think we have a new invention for someone.
According to Pam, it was simply appropriate attire for the job. After all, it gets hot out there at the drag strip.
Yeah.
Oh, colored now.
Someone said, Sadly, their legendary run was cut short in 1977 when Jim was killed just 3 days before his 33rd birthday. After
Yeah, your joke's not so funny now, Jerry, is it?
I thought it was going to have a happy ending. I should have read it before.
after colliding head-on with a transit bus in the same town, driving the same car in which he met Pam.
Oh.
Pam never worked on the track for another driver, but has continued to make appearances at drag racing events. In 2001, Jim was named number 17 on the list of the top 50 NHRA drivers of all time. And Pam, she still shows up to events every now and then.
Yeah, she did a couple YouTube interviews recently. She's
hanging in there. I don't know. That wasn't. She's still alive. That's what I meant.
She sounds like she's doing great.
Yeah.
She's hanging in there.
Hanging in there, apparently.
Yeah. That's
So end the first story on a down note.
Yeah.
only up from here. I think we should do a little giveaway.
I think
right
so
now.
too,
yeah.
Joe.
Yeah.
Which one?
Let's get the spirits going. Let's get its energy back up.
Did anyone drive a Honda here today?
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
All right. I have a special gift for you.
Yeah.
Need some help? Let's get some help.
That sounds like something Jim would say.
We've got for you this Honda bumper. We found it outside.
Enjoy strapping that to the hood of your Honda. Yeah, just leave it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a fire hazard or anything.
Yeah, I actually don't think we can do that.
Just leave it. Yeah. Don't.
Justin, that's a fire hazard.
We'll move it back up.
Yeah,
Towards
move
the
it
front.
back up. Yeah.
Justin,
Okay, I'll move it.
Justin will get it. Justin will get it.
You were serious.
I'm not kidding. Get that thing out of the aisle.
Put it back on the street where we found it.
How many more giveaways are we doing? Do you know?
We got a few.
We got a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good one.
Yeah. That was just more of the visual, giving you a bumper.
Yeah.
Unless you want it. I don't know.
We don't know.
No.
She doesn't want that bumper.
We'll sign it.
It's trash is what it is.
We'll cut a piece off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the way out, tell them at the booth that you won. No one else do that. Big thanks to Onyx Offroad for sponsoring this episode of Past Gas. Onyx Offroad is the most trusted off-roading and snowmobiling app for those who like to travel off pavement, find hidden trails, and camp where nobody's watching. Onyx helps you see what you're getting into with pictures, descriptions, difficulty ratings, and open and close dates. With 3 membership tiers, you're sure to find something that works for you. The free app includes satellite, topo, and hybrid maps, as well as the ability to track your trips. But upgrade to premium, and you'll be able to download unlimited offline maps, featured trails, but one of my favorite features on Onyx Elite is the ability to look up private land ownership. That means you can look up all the land that is owned and you're not supposed to go on, and then the rest is free to explore. It's really a cool app. I use it when I'm off-roading. I think you should too. So check out Onyx Offroad. It takes out all the guesswork from planning an adventure, even when your plan isn't so planned. Download Onyx Offroad today to get a free 2-week trial of Onyx Elite.
Some people just know that they can save money on car insurance by checking AllState first. Just like we check the weather first before going out to the track, we put a lot of work into these cars. We don't want to be sliding around in the wet just to nullify any gains we have made. Checking first is smart, so check with AllState first and see how much you could save on car insurance. You're in good hands with AllState. Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy. Terms apply. AllState Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois. Another big thank you to Duer for sponsoring this show. Finding that one pair of jeans that fits perfectly is the best feeling in the world. And for me, those are my Duer jeans. Duer has tons of different styles for your denim. They got slim fit, athletic straight leg, all the go-tos. And I've got some Duer shorts of my own. They are super comfortable. I was wearing them out at the lake this weekend. They fit really well and they don't bunch up or anything like that and let you do your own thing, man. Duer is made for everything we do in a day. These are not your typical jeans. Duer's denim features 360-degree stretch. It can be really hard finding a pair of jeans that feel good and look good, but my performance denim jeans from Duer fit like a glove and they are stylish, baby. So see for yourself why Duer is the most wanted denim. I know you're gonna love these jeans, guys. Visit Duer's flagship stores in LA or Denver, or you can shop online at shopduer.com/pastgas. You guys are gonna get 20% off your first order when you use our exclusive URL. That's shopduer.com/pastgas. Do not wait. Get 20% off your first order now at shopduer.com/pastgas. Thank you, Duer.
All right, you want to hear another story?
Yeah.
All right. Does anyone drive a diesel powered car?
I see one.
Diesel power car.
Diesel power car.
I want to have a diesel power car.
You have a truck? What do you drive?
Ooh. Nice. TDI.
TDI. Nice.
Wagon or sedan? Even better.
Yo, dude, calm down,
Man of
man.
my heart over here.
Calm down.
Jeez.
So we were talking about different stories for this show, and none of us knew the story of Rudolf Diesel. You may have thought Vin Diesel invented diesel gas, but he did it. It was Rudolf. All right, this is from Ace. Hey guys, thanks for all the great content. Lately, I've noticed several trucking-related videos and heard mentions on the podcast about doing an episode on that. I have a few ideas for subjects that might fly under the radar of most people. One of them is Rudolf Diesel. He invented the diesel engine, then refused to sell it for military use and disappeared off a boat. Take a sharp left turn.
Yeah, very relevant for today.
Yeah. You don't want to sell to the government?
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Is this Ace or Rudolph?
Ace wrote the
okay.
email.
That's
That
Rudolph.
photo popped up when you said from Ace, and that popped up.
Ace.
Just clarifying.
No, that's from Dolph, young Dolph.
I'm just busting Christina's chops because she hit the button early.
Yeah, if you guys give a round of applause to Christina.
Producer Christina.
You may have heard her cackling in the background of every episode. She has now been promoted in the company, and she's working on main channel stuff, and she's killing it. So sadly, we're going to lose our cackler.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Rudolf Diesel was born in March of 1858 in Paris, the son of two German-born parents. Rudolf spent the first 12 years of his life in Paris until his family was deported to England at the outbreak of the Franco-Prussian War.
Going way back.
Yeah.
None of us even learned about that in public school.
No.
I learned of it as the War of Prussian aggression. So I'm a Francophile. From London, young Rudolf was sent to live with his aunt and uncle in Augsburg, his father's hometown, to continue his schooling. He went on to win a scholarship to study engineering at the Royal Bavarian Polytechnic of Munich. Technische Hochschule.
I'm sure we
Nailed
got
it.
that right. Yeah.
Technische Hochschule. Though his father tried to convince Rudolf to give up on his studies and get a job, Rudolf refused. And even though Rudolf got typhoid, he still finished school with top honors and a mentor, refrigeration engineer Karl von Lind, who hired him in 1880 to his firm in Paris.
I was going to say, the guy on the last slide, you can still find dudes like that in Silver Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's way hotter than his son.
This looks like Lieutenant Dangle from Reno 911.
Oh, it is Dangle. Yeah, he's got like short shorts.
Yeah.
This is just turning into a roast of old white guys. Bald ass bitch. Yeah.
Von Lind knew Diesel had potential. Rudolf quickly moved through the ranks and was promoted to manager of the research and development department focused on refrigeration technology. But Rudolf wanted more to do than keep stuff cold. He started branching out and exploring how to build an engine. For 10 years, he worked on different heat engines, including a solar-powered air engine. Rudolf also devoted a good chunk of time to developing an internal combustion engine that would approach the theoretical efficiency of the Carnot cycle. Everyone, where are my Carnot heads out there? Yeah, which we all know is the ideal thermic cycle. Everybody knows that. Yeah.
This is my favorite slide so far.
I know.
Who decided
Do
to
a
put this up?
dissertation real quick.
It was a group decision.
I like how we're all, look at this complex diagram.
Yeah. Isothermal expansion. Oh my God.
What is, Jerry, what is
Adiabatic
Yeah.
expansion, isothermal compression. I mean, they're words. I could explain them, but it would be too boring, I think.
For a little while, Rudolf experimented with an expansion engine using ammonia. Then it blew up.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming? The explosion nearly killed him, and he spent months in the hospital.
I want to see the after photo.
Why?
There you go.
It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
He recovered.
He just wanted to stop staring at the Carnot cycle. As a result of the explosion, he spent the rest of his life nearly blind. But Rudolf was undeterred. He got back to work, as you do. In 1890, when he was moved to
Get back to work.
yeah,
You blind.
yeah. He's got ammonia burns. They're like, hey, can you finish up that report?
Wow, you can't see. Wow.
They're like complaining about their version of millennial. These millennials can't see. They don't want to work anymore.
Got explosions in their face.
Yeah. These born in 1886. They just don't know how to work. In 1890, when he was moved to a new position within the von Lind firm, Rudolf thought of the idea for the diesel engine. It wasn't named that. He called his invention a compression ignition engine that could burn any fuel.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
That's pretty close.
Yeah. Later on, the prototypes he built would run on peanut or vegetable oil and needed no ignition system. It ignited by introducing fuel into a cylinder full of air that had been compressed to an extremely high pressure and was therefore extremely hot. According to a paper Rudolf later published about his invention, such an engine would be unprecedentedly efficient. Compared to the steam engines of the day, which wasted more than 90% of their fuel energy, Rudolf calculated that his engine would be 75% efficient, meaning he would only waste 25% of that fuel energy.
Whoa.
Math checks out.
Yeah. Yeah. Though he only ever, oh my God. This happens on the podcast and then we edit it out.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like everything. The raw Joe.
That's his wrestler name.
Yeah.
Raw Joe.
I'm the only wrestler that his nipples bleed.
That's what like gets you pumped. You like rip the pastings off.
I'm allergic to nylon. Though he only ever managed to swap those numbers, 26% efficiency was the best he ever achieved.
So
it was
1%.
still a vast improvement over the steam engine.
So he's really bad at math, I think. I calculate it's going to be 75%. I'm like, nope.
That's like me doing my math homework in 10th grade.
Yeah. Just
The
being
answer
wrong.
I get is not even on the multiple choice.
What did I do wrong?
Rudolph's idea was patented on February 28th, 1892, and with the support from Master
Maschinenfabrik Augsburg.
Thank you.
Whoa,
And-
Nolan.
Nice. That was
He's been doing
good.
Duolingo.
That what he said, and Friedrich Krupp AG, he produced a series of increasingly successful models. The first was a single 10-foot iron cylinder with a flywheel at the base and successfully ran on its own power for the first time in August 1893. 10 feet is crazy.
That's big.
Yeah, I wonder how balanced that is.
Yeah.
They don't have like a banana in the photo for me to like figure out.
Or the dollar.
Yeah, so I don't know. Could be like that Pam photo from before.
Yeah, bring Pam in.
Can you quickly Photoshop Pam in for scale?
Rudolf then spent 2 more years improving his machine, and in 1896 modeled another with a theoretical efficiency of 75%. So he's kind of stuck on that number.
Yeah.
His prototypes culminated in his demonstration
There
in
it is.
1897 of a 25 horsepower, 4-stroke single vertical cylinder compression engine. The efficiency and comparative simplicity of design made it an immediate success. The diesel engine was born.
There it is.
There it is. Cool.
Put that in your 12-valve Dodge.
Right. So my question is if this is the diesel, what hauled that to its location?
Oh,
Steam engine
10.
trains. Yeah.
steam horses.
So it's like what we're dealing with now. Is like, oh yeah, you can get these efficient vehicles, but you still need to burn a bunch of fuel to
know.
to
Yeah.
get them made.
We don't want to talk about it.
Probably was horses though.
Yeah,
Horse
probably.
carts.
Donkeys,
Horses
Big-
are strong.
Big old quarter horses.
mules.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mules. We
Yeah.
can keep naming.
Buff animals.
Yeah. Grr.
Rhino.
Keep it going.
By 1898, Rudolph was a millionaire. Okay.
Nice.
Whoa.
In
Back then?
1898.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
yeah.
I know.
Generational.
That's like
The
I
Roth.
couldn't think of one Baron tycoon.
They could afford to have a freezer in their house. Bring some ice on a
I
regular.
mean, he worked
Yeah.
on AC systems, didn't
Yeah.
Oh, but he's so much
Refrigeration?
ice at his house.
he? Yeah. You're still using an ice box?
Still can't see though.
I can't count my money.
Wow. Life really is just a lot of trade-offs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still reading, though. Look at him.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Hey, what?
That looks like a Photoshop photo, if I'm being honest. That's like an old school photo. That's no way he's just reading his book. Well, I don't know. Is that to scale?
I don't know. There's no banana.
Yeah.
Forced perspective.
So Rudolph's engines were used to power pipelines, electric and water plants, trains, automobiles, marine craft, and later were used in trucks, buses, mines, oil fields, factories, and transoceanic shipping.
Nice.
By 19...
Yeah, we fucking love transatlantic, transoceanic shipping, dude.
Yeah, that's cool, dude. That's how we get our stuff.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Do you think people like back then were like, oh man, I'm so sick of huge ships like blocking my little ship, like they are like trucks nowadays?
Like truck.
I mean,
I
it's probably guys like us on the shore like, dude, look how big that shit
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. It's probably like that guy who wears the camera on his head and likes trains.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's
It's
got
got
like a
big ass, like,
Yeah.
old cameras strapped to his head.
To his head.
France-
He's just fucking freaking out. Like,
Yeah.
oh!
Dude, that guy loves trains. I think his name is Francois Bourgeois or something like that.
Fitting.
Francis Bourgeois.
Yeah.
That's his real name.
Yeah.
All right. By 1912, there were more than 70,000 diesel engines working around the world. Rudolph himself was married with 3 children and was generally well respected.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was even ahead of his time, warning the public about potential air pollution and believed businesses should be owned by their employees.
Wow.
So that's pretty progressive.
Wow,
for the
this
time.
dude's
Kinda like
dope.
that guy.
This was
Yeah.
at a time where like
They would send
Huge-
only into like meat processing machines.
They're like, go be a gear.
Clean it out.
It's like,
Only your fingers can work in this situation.
yeah.
But the way Nolan said it, he was like, they go into the meat processor. They're like,
Yeah.
your food now.
Have you ever read The Jungle, Jerry?
No, I don't
neither.
read. No.
Is it good?
I don't remember.
No, but this was at a time where like huge factories were taking advantage of workers, and they would actually, a bunch of factories around the U.S. would like only pay them in that factory's money.
Oh yeah, the
And
currency.
so like Palmer bucks were a thing at the Palmer plant in, I think it was Minnesota. And they were literally trapped. Like workers were trapped in this little town. They could only buy from one store that accepted Palmer bucks.
Mm-hmm.
But this was going around the U.S. Like this is very progressive
Yeah,
for
pretty-
them.
Pretty radical.
Someone just pitched that idea. Wasn't it like Elon or somebody?
Tesla bucks?
Yeah, some. Yeah. Yeah.
Ew.
We should ask Jimmy because Jimmy loves Tesla.
Oh yeah,
He's
that's
a
his new
Tesla guy.
thing. In September 1913, Rudolph climbed aboard the post office steamer ship. Look at that smoke. That's diesel smoke.
That's a boat, brother.
Though he was on his way to attend the groundbreaking of a new diesel engine plant, he was also set to meet with the British Navy about installing his engine on their submarines. Dude, imagine being like stuck in a little capsule-like room, like feeding a diesel engine, and it's
No
just
way.
like greasy and you. So horny right now.
Wasn't expecting that.
The German Navy. It's really hard to bounce back from that.
I'm just imagining people brought their significant others here who have no clue what this is about.
No,
just
no, they're
Is this
totally
what you
cool, yeah.
listen to?
Yeah.
You listen to these guys?
The German Navy had already approached him to gain exclusive rights to the diesel engine for their submarines, but Rudolf had refused.
Okay, so he's meeting with the Brits. He's refused the Germans.
Yeah.
This guy's
World
awesome.
War One.
Yeah, World War I.
Around the corner.
But they're like, oh, but you have a German sounding last name.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
Who is that?
The Germans.
That was not
That's the
German,
Kaiser
but-
talking.
Oh, okay, all right.
That did sound like
sounded-
South American. Or
I
something,
don't
right?
know what. I don't know what.
It's like 3 different dialects.
I would do it like this, like, oh, you have a German name, yeah?
Yeah.
So come over here, give us your diesel.
Yeah. Let's see this scene. You're the Kaiser.
Okay.
Justin is Diesel.
Okay. Hello, sir. Would you like to come in here and sit down? I would like to give you lots of money.
No. I have money.
And scene.
Pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good.
Those improv courses really paid off.
The one.
Oh, these people have no idea how many thousands of dollars I've wasted on improv.
I mean, it was very apparent with the old Jerry.
Yeah, man. I'm okay. I'm doing good.
No, he's doing great.
I'm
He got really quiet again.
I'm
We just
very
want to
happy.
reiterate.
I'm doing okay,
Yeah.
guys.
This is the anyway.
Yeah.
So on the evening of September 29th, Rudolph had dinner on the ship. What do you think he ate?
I don't know.
Probably like some ham in Jello form.
Is that spam?
No, this is literal Jello with like
A
pieces
Jello
of ham
mold
and
with hot
celery and
dogs cut
olives
into it or
in
something.
Okay, I didn't know that.
He looks like he likes
That was
it.
probably 50 years later.
I did get into it. I saw the menu. There's someone like saved a menu from the Titanic, and it was pretty gnarly. It was like oysters in like Jello.
The Jello. Keep going back
They
to
ate
that.
their food in Jello. Everything
Yeah.
was just food in Jello.
It was like a delicacy back then, and now we're like, ugh, Jello.
well, like fruitcake. Isn't fruitcake like Jello with fruit in it?
I think so.
No.
Yeah.
What?
No, it's cake. It's cake.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I've never eaten fruitcake. Hey, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he had dinner on a ship. We don't know what it was. Then he retired to his cabin at 10 p.m. He requested a wake-up call at 6:15 a.m. When that call came, there was no reply. So a crew member entered his cabin. Rudolph's nightshirt was laid out neatly on his bed. His watch had been removed from his wrist and carefully placed aside. His hat. Are we gonna hear another death? Why did we pick 2 deaths?
This guy's getting murdered.
His hat and his coat hung neatly nearby, yet Rudolph was nowhere to be seen. 10 days later, a Dutch ship came across a corpse floating in the water.
Oh.
Though the body was too decomposed to identify, a crewman went through the pockets and found an ID, glasses case, and a pocket knife. Rudolph's son, Eugen or Eugene?
Probably
Maybe
Eugene.
Eugene.
I like Eugen.
Yeah. Later confirmed the objects belonged to Rudolph. Conspiracy theories began to fly almost immediately. Inventor thrown into the sea to stop sale of patents to British government, read one headline. Another worried that Diesel was murdered by agents from big oil trusts.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
He uses their fuel.
Yeah. If it was anyone, it was from like the spark plug, big spark plug.
Big spark plug, yeah.
Those are some sneaky mother. Or what if he just faked his death? You know, if I was a millionaire with no eyes, I'd want to go where like somewhere, you know?
I implore Joe to keep reading, so maybe we could address that.
No, let's keep spooling up theories. But before Rudolph left on his journey, he allegedly left his wife a bag with instructions not to open it for 1 week. When she did, she found the equivalent of $1.2 million, along with financial documents that proved he was close to bankruptcy.
Oh.
Also left behind on the ship was Rudolph's diary, and on the day of his disappearance, a page marked with an X. So pretty fishy.
What was on the page?
An X.
That was it. Just one big
I
X.
thought we were about to get in like National Treasure style type of thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
a map.
Invisible
X marks
ink.
the spot. Kind of. Yeah.
To this day, no one truly knows what happened. Was he murdered? Did he take his own life due to his financial state? One thing is certain, the man made a good engine. And that guy in our audience can testify.
That's how we're going to end it.
Yeah.
Mysterious death.
I mean,
He made a good
clearly-
engine, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
But clearly the Germans got their hands on it since he drove a Jetta here today.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Was it the Germans who murdered it? Oh. Was it the Kaiser?
All right, well, let's do I think it's time for another giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do we have any out-of-towners here?
Okay. Oh, a lot of out of towners.
Okay.
Wow.
Who's the furthest away? How about
Yeah.
that?
Who thinks that guy?
What?
Virginia.
Virginia?
Whoa.
Anyone farther from Virginia? Going once, going twice. All right.
All right, you get a shirt and just go
Just
and tell them
them.
that you won, and no one else do that. All right?
Well, he'll have the driver's license, right? Okay. That's how we verify.
Oh, Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your driver's license say that you drive a Honda?
That's how that
show
works.
your keys.
Just bring your registration.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If I'm in that back row, I'm going straight there. And they said, I'm the Honda person. They said I can get something for free. Someone should do that. That would be really funny. I would.
Don't do that. They're also available for purchase only here right now. And there's also a tote bag.
Yeah, the tote bag's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that ends my my shilling.
Big thanks to Indeed for sponsoring this episode of Pass Gas. We're driven by the search for better. But when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. If you need to hire, you need Indeed. Indeed is your matching and hiring platform with over 350 million global monthly visitors, according to Indeed data, and a matching engine that helps you find quality candidates fast. And Indeed doesn't just help you hire faster. 93% of employers agree Indeed delivers the highest quality matches compared to other job sites, according to a recent Indeed survey. As someone who hires people for Donut all the time, I think it's really important to have the right tools, and I think Indeed has the best tools to hire the best candidates out of any platform out there. So join more than 3.5 million businesses worldwide that use Indeed to hire great talent fast. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/passgas. Just go to Indeed.com/passgas right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/passgas. Terms and conditions apply. Need to hire? You need Indeed.
Hey, big thank you to Hims for sponsoring this episode. Guys, do you ever feel like you need a little boost in the bedroom? It's time for you to stop worrying about your performance and get Hims so you can feel confident whenever you're in the mood. Hims is changing men's healthcare by providing access to affordable sexual health treatments, all from the comfort of your couch. Look, I know better than anyone. Scheduling a doctor's visit for something that you probably should have months ago is hard. That's why Hims is awesome. And like I said, you don't have to leave your house. This process is simple and 100% online with no uncomfortable doctor visits. Hims has hundreds of thousands of trusted subscribers. So if ED is getting you down, it's time you find the option that works for you. Come on, guys, let's go. Start your online free visit today at hims.com/gas. That's HIMS.com/gas for your personalized ED treatment options. Again, that's hims.com/gas. The products mentioned are chewable compounded products which are not approved or verified for safety or effectiveness by the FDA. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
All right, we got one more story for you guys. Speaking of German cars, keeping on theme a little bit here.
Yeah.
Speaking of Volkswagens, actually, TDI guy might enjoy this one. This is actually a story that I wrote.
I thought you called him Teeny Eye Guy. I was
Teeny
like, that's
Eye-
really
Tiny
rude to
Eye
comment
Guy
on
is
someone's appearance like that.
TDI.
Dude's got teeny eyes.
So this is actually a story I wrote like
Rudolph
4
wishes.
years ago. For Wheelhouse back when we were doing that. We could never really find. Thank you. Could never really figure out a way to make this an interesting video, so let's perform it live in front of you guys.
Yeah.
All right. So
While we're freezing, it's cold up here.
all right. So this is why old German cars smell like crayons.
Ooh, modern mystery.
Yes. Have you ever sat in an old VW or Beamer and been hit with that unmistakable stench? Boof! The stale smell of old crayons right in your nose holes. It's an experience most people who have owned old cars, specifically old German cars, know too well. But why do they smell like crayons? And why only German cars? Justin?
I think I know the answer.
Okay.
I don't want to ruin it.
Can you tell this is from a wheelhouse?
Yeah. Okay. It might be nostalgic, funny, or even nauseating, but you can take solace in the fact that you're not going crazy. It's a real phenomenon with many speculated causes. One theory is that the crayon smell emanates from a compound called cosmoline. This is a wax-based undercoating that's sprayed on the chassis to prevent rust and corrosion. Mercedes uses it, BMW uses it. In fact, most German car manufacturers spray this brown substance on their chassis. Cosmoline seems to be a likely culprit since it's wax-based. The exposed underbelly of the chassis heats up while driving, which would in turn heat up the oils in the cosmoline and make it smell more. But the coating tends to wear off in about a year's time, making this theory absolute poo shit.
Wow. Doubled up on the same thing.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. I wrote this part.
A more plausible explanation is that the smell comes from the foam used to insulate the dash and deaden sound in the cabin. Cars have a lot of materials in the cabin. I don't know if you guys know that. To help deaden noise from tires on the road, the engine, and the wind, there's actually a department at every major manufacturer called the NVH department. Does anyone know what that means? You guys all win.
You get a shirt.
No.
Just go in the back, say that you're the guy who answered it.
This guy.
You're fine.
Does your license plate? Does your license say front row on it?
Yeah.
This department spends a lot of time and money tailoring your driving experience to whatever the manufacturer wants you to feel when you drive that particular car. For most cars, the sound is deadened a fair amount using foam and adhesive. It's this foam that's around vents, speakers, and under the dash and floor mats in old German cars that ends up degrading and off-gassing, causing the crayon smell, everyone.
Nice.
Yeah.
I smell too when I off gas.
It smells like crayons?
I wish.
No. Over the years, both Volkswagen and BMW forum users have reported that the crayon smell disappeared after they replaced the insulation foam. So, mystery solved. If you want to keep that crayon smell, TDI guy, keep that old foam in there.
Oh, but you didn't read the part where the guy who invented the foam fell off a boat into a meat grinder.
Or crashing a head-on collision.
Yeah.
Street racing. Yeah.
So no one died in this story?
No one died in this one.
Death.
All right. That was our final story.
Yeah.
But we're going to close our laptops now. Jimmy, come on back up here.
Yeah. Give it up for Jimmy.
Oh, all right.
We got a little Q&A section.
I didn't realize there was paper at the bottom of this. I've been eating popcorn out of it. All right, first
Hey, give it up for
question.
Jimmy!
Hi.
Jimmy's
I've been on
trying to-
stage in a long time.
Maybe.
What was your first car?
My first car that I had.
Oh, we're at a bad start.
There we go.
Bad start.
What?
Nothing. No, drag it out.
just
A
say it.
92 Buick Skylark.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of it because my grandpa gave it to me.
I had a 1990 Toyota pickup.
Ooh, I had a 1988 Toyota pickup that I bought for a tobacco farmer.
I had an 86 Taurus.
Nice. All right, next
Wow.
question.
There you go.
Next question. What god do you believe in?
That's real?
Yeah.
That's a real one.
Yeah.
You
The
vetted
one
this?
and only true God. Now's my time.
Mine is Carol Shelby.
I already answered mine. I did my bit. You next.
Oh God. Rudolph.
Yeah.
You know, the more stuff you read, the more.
All right, that's our show.
One more. Let's
All
go.
right, our last question. What was your favorite video to make?
Oh,
That's a good question.
My favorite one, we just shot it. It hasn't come out yet, but it was Car Jeopardy. And there's a section in the middle that was so fun to make.
It was.
So
It was really
on
fun.
Monday, you'll watch it and know what I'm talking about.
right?
Right?
Yeah.
Watch.
You're gonna watch that, right? We
And
can
watch
count-
the ads, too. Don't skip them. What was my? I've done so many videos.
done a lot of good
I can't
ones.
even think. The one that brings me a lot of joy is the horsepower video we did recently. Yeah, that was something that was like 4 years an idea, and then we finally did it. So I had a lot of fun making that video. Yeah.
More power, baby.
Yeah.
All right, so my most recent favorite one that we just did last week, where we butt dynoed a bunch of cars together to see if we could accurately guess how much power they made.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
We drove such amazing cars. I can't wait for you guys to see it because it was so much fun to make.
Yeah, that was a really good one.
Yeah.
Oh, there've been so
Yeah.
many.
Thank you for that one.
Yeah, you're welcome. That was a good time.
The video you guys haven't seen yet is his favorite.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's sorry. It'll be good.
I'm sorry, but
It'll be
yes.
good.
That's called marketing.
You know, like doing all the high-low was definitely that's always a really good time. First season of high-low was extremely difficult, but also a memory that I cherish very, very much. Obviously, it just changed the course of the channel and also I think our lives and stuff. So
When you sprayed the...
oh yeah.
Oh, man.
I've never seen Nolan be more like genuinely upset.
Plastic dip?
Yeah, when he
dip,
plastic
yeah.
dipped.
With a house paint
His whole
gun.
face was like, oh, fuck.
Dude,
Oh, God, I made a mistake, guys.
Ruined this thing.
what happened with that plastic dip was sitting in John Cerrone's garage
Yeah.
for like years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
old
we
heads
used like
know
Home
Cerrone.
Depot electric paint guns to anyway, it was a whole
They
thing.
set you up for failure, but it was hilarious.
It was so funny.
really
it was a good
funny,
time.
yeah.
Good time.
My
got-
favorite Cerrone moment is when you guys spent so long, not you guys, but Job and the crew spent so long trying to get the Miata to shoot flames. And finally it did. And there's this shot of Cerrone and his ass is hanging out. And he's trying to light. And then it blows and he like tries to get out of the way and trips on himself. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen.
This is from Ripley. If you could direct
Ripley.
one action sequence in the next Fast and Furious movie, what would it look like? Who would it be? And what notable cars would be involved?
Okay, this is a great question.
That's a
I like
loaded.
There's no way we can be concise with
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might have to be our last question. Ludacris is like one of my heroes. I'd love to. Why is that funny? What the hell?
No,
I love Ludacris.
It's great.
Ludacris, Jackie Chan, and Shaq are my top 3 guys of all time. I love like Tej and what was Tyrese's character? Roman. Tej and Roman scene. I'd love to direct that. They could drive anything. They just make me laugh so much. So, yeah.
The sun sets on a quiet street in Los Angeles, California. A hot, brooding, tall guy with freckles and nice teeth walks into the scene. I've written this in my head a whole bunch.
You do have freckles.
I do, yeah.
I never noticed that.
Yeah, and dimples. The freckle, dimply, tall
You're
guy.
a triple threat.
He just got done telling hilarious jokes at a theater. He pops his shirt off and has great gutters.
Damn it, Jerry.
and gets into a spaceship car.
Okay. I'll stop you there. All right.
No, let me go. It's gonna get better. Let me cook. It's gonna get better. Vin Diesel pulls up in his car, and it's fast. But I'm in a space shuttle. And I say, race you to the moon, you bald piece of shit. and that's the scene.
Yeah. I And then credits. You don't get to see the race.
You don't see the race. No.
Yeah.
No.
It's implied.
I end up building the spaceship myself, and I blow up on the way.
Well, they went to space already, so.
Did they?
Yeah. Tej did, dude.
Tej did, yeah.
Well, I can't beat that, but I would.
No amount of gutters is gonna beat that one.
I would get rid of the stunt drivers for a day and have the actors actually do all the driving and see how this movie actually turns out.
Yeah. Who do you think the most talented driver out of all of them is?
Good question.
Ooh. I think it might be Han.
Han? Yeah,
Sung
probably.
Kang.
Yeah, Sung
I buy
Kang
that,
or maybe Ludacris, because I know he's a huge car guy.
He drives the Acura Legend.
He does still drive his Acura Legend.
Yeah.
And he's your hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So no bias there. Yeah.
Stand up.
I don't know. I there's that one. I forget what number it was that had like the car zombie scene. I actually thought that was kind of inventive and kind of neat. It'd be cool to see another kind of swarm scene, but maybe with like just like a shit ton of angry Miata drivers going.
Yeah. This is the most sold sports car in the world. Right, Jimmy?
It is, yeah.
Bob Hall is dressed up as a Morton Joe. Yeah. He's got like a clear chest plate on.
Yeah.
Opinion on Celica GT4 cheating scandal in 1995.
Oh man.
Let me guess. It's the guy who drove the Celica
GT4 outside, the sick one with the livery.
I gotta be honest, I don't really have an opinion. I don't think I know enough about that story, honestly. And it sounds like something we haven't covered that on the show.
I think you did. I'm pretty sure you did. It's like one of the most iconic cheating scandals ever. Yeah.
I don't know.
Besides, I'm like scrolling my brain for some inside Bachelor.
I think they use like
reference.
No, I don't remember off the top of my head.
So we all think
it's like a spacer or something.
Yeah.
Right?
we all think a lot about that.
Yeah. Our
Maybe
opinion
one
is
more.
we don't
One
know.
more.
One more.
One more. Okay. When you're riding in the whip with the boys, you pass gas. Do you warn them of what's coming, or do you let them get a whiff of your gas?
No.
No warning.
Great question.
No warning.
No. You crack a little sly smile.
Yeah.
And if you want, you can.
Yeah.
Windows
yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Roll the windows up. Turn
Lock
it on.
them.
Yep.
Turn the heat on.
Yeah, lock those windows.
And you
I
say,
think
sorry.
just a little courtesy, just a little crack, and that's all they get. You know what I mean?
Well, it depends on how loud it is.
I don't care what the volume is. Windows up, locked in, and I'm speeding down the road so they can't jump out.
Hell yeah.
Breathe it in. Yeah.
That's a good note to end on.
I think that's right.
Pass gas, right?
Again, thank you guys so much for coming out.
Yeah, give a round of applause to yourself. Great audience. You guys are awesome.
Big thanks to Jimmy. Christina in the booth. Dynasty Typewriter.
Audrey Holden, Gavin Kinsel. Thank you.